Hi people, welcome back to my channel. It's Retro J, aka J Soteric, aka Retrograde Pappy, aka just Jacob innit. Thanks for watching this video and continue to support. But this video is about the fire signs / houses and the three aspects of visualization and recognition that they bring. So I'm gonna break down all three and then you can get a full picture of it. But firstly, when we're talking about recognition, you have to break down the word. Re means to replay, and then cognition means mental activity. You know, when you stimulate someone's mind, when you grab someone's attention and you got them thinking in some way, shape or form with what you're presenting. So, and you got them going over it over and over again. But that stage of repeating what you see, what you visualize, what you give your attention to and what you entertain, that differs from sign to sign, and I'm going to break down how that differs, and not even just from sign to sign, but also from house to house. And we can see that with the houses now, the houses in astrology represent the space that the signs are born from. So the house always has more influence than the sign. So you can think of it as like, say me, I'm Nigerian. I am Nigerian and I'm proud of being Nigerian, but my parents came from there. So they have the direct experience of living what it is to be a Nigerian and be around other Nigerians, whereas I live in London. I'm associated with Nigeria here, but I'm not fully there to witness the lifestyle of being Nigerian, you know? I experience pieces of it. That's like the difference between a sign and a house. You can see the house as the nation and then the sign as the symbol of that nation. But whether the symbol exists or not, the nation is always, the space is always going to exist. So you can think of it like me. I got the moon in my first house. In comparison to someone with a moon in Aries, a moon in Aries, they are very much so individuals, you know, interested in their own personality, their own personal issues. This is what they're very reactive to, very sensitive to, and they encourage other people to embrace their individuality as well. But they might, if their Aries moon is in like the 7th house, that individuality might only show itself in their one-to-one relationships. Whereas with me being sorry about that. With me being a first house moon though, I am in a space where being an individual is what you're supposed to be, isn't, you know what I mean? So I'm a moon in Cancer though, so I have to be an individual in my Cancer energy, being caring, initiating a vibe, hosting, making people feel comfortable, making people laugh, uplifting people, putting people in the same mood that I'm in, or changing the mood in the room, kind of thing. What's going on? Trying to bother me when I'm doing my video. Come on, you never showed that before. But anyway, continuing now. See, these energies are I associate visualization, recognition, and attention, and just providing an angle for people to look at things a certain way with fire energy and the fire element, because fire brings, without fire there is no vision, there is no light. Speaking of which, hold on. My room messy, but fuck it. Fuck it. Let me light my incense. Shit. Fuck editing, man. Do this live and direct. I feel like editing ruins the energy anyway of my thing. Go the spiritual route. Let's get some fire in here. But you see how fire provides light, it provides vision, it also provides awareness and consciousness. So without fire, we wouldn't see anything, we wouldn't know what's happening around us. So that's what the fire signs are here to do, and that's what people with planets in the fire houses understand. They bring light to things. So fire is very influential, very inspirational as well, and ushers in new things too, especially Aries, but I'm going to get into that now. Okay. So, firstly, with the first house / Aries energy, you'll find that people with these energies, they can get recognition in ways that people have never seen before. because Aries is the first cardinal sign, so they're the first to spark. That right there, that's Aries energy. So Aries can often set things ablaze and blaze a whole new trail, and give people a whole line of direction to go down, and make other people feel more comfortable going into a certain direction, into a certain passion, into a certain field. Whereas the Aries is the one that took all the stray bullets going down that path by themselves, when maybe no one else even even followed their footsteps originally. You know what I mean? So Aries just goes down their own path. So this is like, for example, like an artist with Aries energy or placements in the first house, they could get recognition in a way where they get a hit, an instant hit, but then they die off after. You know what I mean? Like a worldwide hit, it's classic, everyone listens to it, or it's classic for that year. You know what I mean? It's always for a short time period. It's about dealing with quickness when we're dealing with Aries. So they could have that hit song for a whole year. Like Fetty Wap, he was on a run for a whole year. Then I don't know where he's gone. That's that Aries energy. I bet he even has planets in his first house as well, because there's so many bars about his eye, which is to do with your appearance. So there's, and someone said glasses, eyesight. Well, that's still to do with fire, to be honest. He might be a Leo rising. He has like a whole Leo stellium. So yeah, that's dealing with quick, instant, and never before seen footage, angles, and forms of recognition. That's Aries, yeah? And that's placements in the first house. Another good example would be Michael Jackson. Moon in the first house in Pisces. Now, that's not fire, but it's from a fire house. So he's in a space where him understanding the collective mood and what to tap into to get people to feel, to all react and respond to him in the same way. Pisces, that wise energy to bring people together emotionally and have people feel the same way about him. You know, when people come together and agree that this person, what this person is doing is what is necessary in the universe. That is Pisces. And Michael was able to do that in his own space from a young age as well. First house represents our introduction to life as well. Instinct. 5 years old, boom. You never seen someone leading a group of 5. Like, you never seen that. Now, moving on to the 5th house / Leo. Now, if you've got these energies, the kind of recognition, visuals that you might provide, and let's see, one goes worldwide attention and ever-growing views. Yeah. No. Those are consistent, sometimes slow to pick up, but eventually very recognizable, unforgettable visuals and angles. Yeah. So with Leo, we're dealing with fixed fire. With the 5th house, is fixed fire energy born from here. So this is the fire that people can gather around. You know, this is the fire that people can look at for a long time. This is consistent fire. So you can always return to this. So Leo fire, 5th house fire, these visuals stand the test of time, but since it's so consistent, it could get taken for granted, because there might be already a lot of people participating in the Leo energy that Aries might have started off. You know, now Aries has paved the way, Leo steps in, and now they get creative, get playful, because, you know, someone's already gotten out the whole trying to prove that this even works in the first place out the way that Aries did. So now, your way of seeing something, now Leo deals with having your own way of seeing something, your own way of feeling about something, you know, and your own way of presenting something for people to view as well. So that can make you stand out, because it's just your own. Even if you're not the first, you put your own creative stamp on it. So with Leo, those are consistent, sometimes slow to pick up, but eventually very recognizable and unforgettable visuals and angles. Another good example would be any celebrity that's in the limelight consistently, like a Drake or Michael, Busta Rhymes. I think he's a Leo rising, to be honest, as well. Just any celebrity that's consistently there. Even if you think that they're underrated, they're still there. That you're still aware of their light. You know what I mean? So yeah, Leo energy can bring those timeless kind of visuals. Even if the views aren't amazing straight away, over time they will accumulate and people can go back to it. You know. And the energy will still be the same that you had for it. Maybe not the first time, but the second time you listen to it, because the first time would be Aries. Also, Aries can deal with being able to bring people back to the feeling they had the first time they listened to it. But the gap between when they do that might be more prolonged, so that it feels exciting when they step back into that visualize, that way of seeing something, that visual, you know, that angle. So Michael was what? he had Venus in Leo, Uranus in Leo. His visuals stand the test of time. You see that? Unforgettable visuals, that's angles. And now moving on to Sagittarius. Now with Sag is mutable fire. So this is fire that adapts and changes over time. And this is the fire that escapes this. It's the fire that's going up, giving off heat to the rest of the atmosphere, touching people, places, and things that it doesn't even know it's going to touch, but it does eventually. So that is the inspirational element of Sagittarius right now, leaving this incense stick right now and just going wherever life takes it, wherever life calls it to. You know what I mean? So whoever needs to see that, whenever they see it at the right time with Sagittarius. It feels meaningful, it feels purposeful. You know, it contributes to a lot of the directions that people end up going down later on down the line in life, and then they'll be able to look back and be like, wow, look at where I started at the beginning of my journey and look at where I am now. Sag contributes to that. Also, that Sag flames are hard to control. They're wild. You don't know where they're going. So it's hard to predict. It's hard to predict just how much views it's going to get or what angles are going to be covered with Sag as well. So it deals with recognition from all angles, worldwide attention, and ever-growing views. You know, so you don't know. Ever-growing views that exceed expectation and have no limit to its relevancy in the spotlight as well. You know, no limit, because it's dealing with the broad overview, a bird's eye view.